this, that, and that.
I mean, I don't dislike owner's choice, but maybe we condense it a little bit.
Choice selections of the week.
Where am I putting this? Like, are you talking about writing this down?
I mean, not really.
Or are we talking about a totally separate,
No,
unconnected idea?
We're thinking.
You're just talking about something, right? You're not talking about for the sun, right?
No, that's what you could use that small sign for. Like you could write, I
Owner's
could
choice
write
of the week.
something of the week.
Blah blah blah.
One this, one that.
Oh.
One this, one that.
Okay, now
25
now
bucks
now
in
I'm
total.
tracking.
Yeah, just that way you have a use for that. You're not just collecting dust.
They go into my dog's bed. I told you.
Eventually, that dog's bed is gonna get full. You and I both know this. Don't deny it.
John, I don't think your dog needs that
and
many.
She needs at least 2,000 of them. I mean,
Even like I said, man, you can tell people like, yeah, bring it back next time instead of giving you a plastic bag, you just put it back in there.
I like the idea.
I think we should do that.
I have an idea too. Bear with me here because my ideas are always very vague.
You know what else you can do real quickly? I have no doubt you could find an inflatable balloon man who looks like a cigar, just like.
Wacky waveable flailing
Wacky
arm
inflatable arm
band.
flailing
2 minutes.
And Emporium. Haven't you ever watched any of cigar reviews? They're like dead serious. Like,
You want me to stand behind you with a cigar and like,
let's display it.
okay.
Well, thanks for coming into my shop today, where Adam and Josh are keeping me company. Unfortunately, I just don't have the heart to throw them out. So, in light of that, I am going to do a cigar review of the Leccia White. These are produced by Sam Leccia. It's got a pretty cool L right there, and it just says around their band. It's a real thin band compared to a lot of like Gurkha and Alec Bradley's and other such folk. You see, it just says white right there. This is a Cameroon wrapper, and the rest of it is Nicaraguan. And I've actually sold quite a few of these, and everybody who's tried them has said they were really, really good. So I figured it was time for me to do one and record it and put it up on the internet like all great Americans, right? So the first thing I noticed about this is that it's a pretty smooth roll. It looks like it's rolled in that Cuban sandwich style. It looks like it's got those little dips and valleys, and it's almost got like that little. Like a kind of a satiny, almost a rough feel to it. It has lots and lots of little veins, as you can see, just kind of coming around right there. There's no real thick veins. As far as smells go. It's just kind of got like an all-natural tobacco smell to it. It's got maybe some real light cocoa smells in there as well. There's a little bit of like a sweet wood tone on the cold draw. It's not real pronounced. It's real light. I feel like it's being overpowered by a lot of like hay tones. It's good. So I'm gonna light this up. It has a really nice sweet cedar to it. There's a really nice buttery creaminess to this as well. It's got some nice white pepper on the exhale. I like the cigar already. That butteriness feels like it's all over my lips too. So really happy with it so far on this first light. But you know the drill. I'm getting here into the first third and gonna puff on this a bit and talk to Adam here about making my sign even better than what it already is.
You already tapped the ash
You be quiet. So I am here done with this first third of this Leccia White. The ash hung on really well. I actually finally tapped it just so it wouldn't fall over in my lap. But I mean, it was hanging on a good inch and a half, maybe even 2 inches. I'm really happy with this cigar right now. The flavor is just real rich. It's got real rich cedar. That buttery creaminess is there. It's got some real nice earthiness going to it as well. The draw on it is good. It's a little firm, but it's a good draw overall. You see, I got a pretty good size hole in there, so I expected the draw to be a little easier, but it's not bad overall. The burn is burning nicely. I do have a little bit of a split happening right here with this. I don't think it's going to cause any problems, but it is still there. As far as the wrapper goes, I noticed it's actually pretty toothy, which is a signature of those African Cameroon wrappers. This is rated a mild to full cigar, but to me it's more just kind of mild in general. It's a pretty easy smoke. This is something I would say that somebody who's smoked even a few cigars could get into and really appreciate it. I've noticed that it's got a little bit of a pepperiness that's getting me on the tongue and in the back of the throat. That wasn't there at the beginning. Now it's starting to kind of intensify. So excited to see where this is going to go in the second, third, and I'll be right back with that. I am through the second third of this Leccia White. You can see the ash is hanging on real nice there. See the burn is real nice. This is probably the least straight that it's ever been. I did get carried away with smoking this, and the ash was much longer, and of course ended up on my lap. I got a habit of doing that. Maybe it's just because I'm smoking really good cigars. Unfortunately, I've got a little bit of a tear that keeps going. I've noticed that there's been a couple of these happening on this Leccia. It hasn't given me any problems with burn, as you can see, but it seems like it's been just little ones just here and there. That's been a kind of a consistent thing. So I don't know if maybe this just didn't sit right, but it felt nice and nice and humidified. So. Flavors on this second third have all been dark cocoa. The creaminess is gone, and the dark cocoa is just really coming through. I want to say it's a more of a mix of cocoa and coffee in there. Smoke production has been excellent. The draw is still a little firm. That draw really hasn't changed at all. It's been that kind of steady firmness all the way through since the first lighting. So. Still happy with this. It seems like the flavors are about to turn even more dark. It's just it started off with those flavors and it's gotten progressively darker. So I would say this is starting to get more full-bodied. I'm guessing that's where the medium to full came on as far as other people's opinions, because that seems to be where it's going. And I'm going to go into the last third here in one sec. So I'm getting down to the very last of this Sam Leccia White. You can see that this ash is still hanging on real nice. That split that I showed you earlier, it just burned right through. It burned right around that nasty spot and just kept on going. The ash has been hanging on really well, and it's even at this small of stage, I can actually still puff on this. And it is amazingly cool on my lips when I puff it. And I'm speaking amazingly because it's so short. This is down to the last barely an inch left on this cigar, and it is just doing fantastic. The burn has been fairly straight. Like I said, when it hit that split in the wrapper. And of course, burned wonky for a second like you would expect any cigar to do, but it's actually correcting itself very nicely. I've been really impressed with this burn. The flavors all here in the last third have been really dark, chewy wood tones. It didn't continue to get dark with that coffee or with that coffee or cocoa like I thought it would. It's actually turned more to like a licorice flavor, almost like an anise flavor. It's really good. Really happy with this Leccia White, and I know now why everybody has just enjoyed them so much. It did end up being more of a full body cigar. I wouldn't say that it went all the way full. But it definitely had a few points where I was really thinking, wow, this is a full body cigar. This cigar has burned really well. I haven't had to baby it at all. So nothing but high praises for the Sam Leccia white. They also do a black version, which is a little bit different, darker wrapper, of course, like you would expect on that one. And I would expect that one would be just as good. So if you're not there already, brothersfindtobacco.com. Find out what's going on here at the shop. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Brothers Find Tobacco. And as always, thank you for watching.